Well, whenever you start your practice, you need to check your microphone. You can use pen marker, highlighter they provide you, and keep yourself comfortable. If you need help, you can ask for help in actual exam. So it's just for actual exam. And now, what is PTE? Few things I would like to tell you. Let's not make it more theoretical. We'll make it more practical. So actually, as far as PTE is concerned, it's basically English test for study visa purposes. And now this test has got wide recognition. Before that, it was only accepted in few countries, but now they are accepting it in UK, in Australia. But before you apply for PTE, I would like you to ask your relevant college or university if they accept PTE, because PTE is not like IELTS. So there are 4 modules like IELTS: speaking, writing. Then we've got reading module as well. Okay, just a second. Let me do one more thing. Just a second, please. Yeah. Now we've got this thing here. It's going to help us. Okay, so there are 4 modules like IELTS: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and there are 20 different tasks. And this is very important. These tasks are important. We will discuss these tasks one by one. It is integrated exam. Integrated means like listening will affect your speaking and reading will affect your writing. Okay, at the same time, speaking will have effect on your reading will have effect on your speaking. So it's all integrated. 2-hour long exam, and there is no break. Very important. For 2 hours you'll have to sit for PTE exam. Okay, now let's move on. One second. Okay, so first there is personal introduction. The actual test will start with personal introduction, and remember there is no marking criteria for personal introduction. And you can prepare your 25-second personal introduction. For example, my name is Asad Yaqub, and at the moment I'm working as an IELTS trainer. I do have YouTube channel where I have got more than 5,000 videos, and I teach IELTS all over the world. That's it. So you need to have your 25 seconds. They will give you to prepare, and then you got to speak for 1 minute about yourself, and this is not evaluated. Remember that. And by the way, PTE is computer based test, so we have certain hacks for PTE and all that. You can speak anything for up to a minute, but it should be about you. Okay, don't talk about thirsty crow and greedy dog and all that. You need to talk about yourself. So this is how PTE test starts. They will give you 25 seconds, but if you prepare yourself first, like, it's a sort of myself essay. I am a boy, my name is this, I live in Lahore, I'm working in UAE at the moment. So you need to prepare your introduction. Okay, they will record it, but it's not marked. Now, we've already discussed that. Okay, let's go on. This is important. The first thing is you need to understand the tasks that we have in PTE speaking. At the moment, I'm going to tell you about these tasks, and then later on, you're going to practice all these tasks on the website. By the way, this is the website, and there you can see for speaking, we have read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, and answer short questions. So all these tasks you will practice here, and mainly it's the practice. Okay, you've got the username, password. Today after this class you're going to start your practice from here. Right now, let's see. The first task is read aloud. They will give you a text and you will have to read that text aloud, and they will record your voice, and then computer or artificial intelligence will check and give you the bench score. So there are 6 to 7 texts which they give you, or questions, and you will have to read them aloud. So we'll work on that as well. Then the next is repeat sentence. What happens? the speaker will say something and you will have to repeat that sentence. For example, the speaker will say, hello, I would like to order some coffee, please. And you will repeat, hello, I would like to order some coffee, please. So this is repeat sentence. And for repeat sentence, there are 10 to 12 questions. Very simple, okay? They will speak a sentence, you'll be wearing headphones, and you will have pen paper as well. You can write down few things and all that. The next one is describe image. They will give you an image and there are 3 to 4 tasks, right? These images are different. For example, they'll give you an image like we've got a sort of bar graph. Sometimes there is some statistical image. And by the way, for all these tasks, there are cracks. So keep that in mind. For each of the following tasks, we have the cracks, we have the templates. So those templates will actually help you. Then retell the lecture. You will listen to a lecture and then later on, you're going to summarize the lecture. You're going to tell the lecture in your own words. That is the task, and there are 1 to 2 tasks, 1 to 2 questions. And finally, answer short question. They will ask you a question and you will have to answer. It's going to be a short question, very short. Like sometimes answer can be a word or answer can be a sentence, and there are 5 to 6 questions. So this is all about PTE speaking module. If you have any questions until this point, please you can ask me. Okay, Noman, that's good that you can hear my voice. And we have this. Okay, copy it. Yeah. All right, just a second. Let me share the link in our class WhatsApp group. It'll be better. Okay, so let's go on from here if it's all clear. Now, we are going to talk about speaking further. And we will go in depth of all these tasks. And now we have detailed analysis of these tasks. Now, PTE speaking task 1. What is task 1? Read aloud. Very simple. They will give you some text and you will have to read that text aloud. Okay. So whenever they have read aloud, very simple, you will be given a text on your screen. You will receive that text on your screen. And all you need to do, you will be given 35 seconds for preparation. And after 35 seconds, you will have a beep like beep, and then you will start, okay? Your microphone will open up and you will have to read the text aloud. Okay, you will have 6 to 7 questions. Read aloud. There will be 6 to 7 questions. So you should have water and your throat should be okay on that day. And it contributes in speaking and reading. As I said, PTE is integrated test. So this thing will contribute in speaking as well as in reading. So this is an important task. Means you will get marks not only in speaking, but also you will get marks for read aloud in your reading. And it will be assessed on 3 parameters. Now 3 things they will check. Fluency. If you speak like, you will be given a text on your screen, you will lose marks in fluency. So the key is do not stop and just carry on. Keep it up, okay? Go on and on and on and do not stop. That is the key, okay? You just need to read continuously without any pause or without any break, right? Okay, now after this, pronunciation, the sounds of English, like for example, one person says democracy, the other person says democracy, pronunciation. So you need to focus your standard English pronunciation as well as you read, because if you read in local way or if you read in your native way, for example, I want to tell you something important today, that will be wrong. You'll get low band. And content is very important. Content is you read what you are given to read. If you don't read that, then you will not get marks in fluency and pronunciation. Very important point. If your content means what you read. So if you don't follow the content, most definitely you will get 0 in pronunciation and 0 in fluency. So content is, for example, if I say read this line, and if you don't read this line, you read some other line, you will get 0 throughout the text, right? That's important. So this is task 1, read aloud. Now, task will be given like this. Speaking task 1, read aloud. Look at the text below in 35 seconds, and then there will be a beep, and after beep, this mic will open and your voice will record. They will say beginning in 35 seconds, then 34, 33, 32, and after 0, there will be a beep, and then you've got to just sleep. Okay, now we've got here, as you can see, now I want you to, like one of you should unmute your mic, and I want you to read it, please. Let's see who is going to read first. Arman, will you? Make it bigger.
Yes, sir. What to read?
This, I want you to read this. Many papers you write in college will require you to include this one.
Many papers you write in college will require you to include quotes from one or more sources. Even if you don't have to do it, integrating a few quotes into your writing can add life and persuasiveness to your arguments. The key is to use quotes support a point you are trying to make rather than just include them to fill the space.
Okay, overall it's fine, but you know, you took certain pauses. You should take pauses after the full stop and then start again. Okay, but overall your reading is good, so you should keep it up, and practice is going to make you perfect. And try to pronounce each letter very, very clearly. It will be fine. Okay.
Okay.
And when they give you time, when they give you 35 seconds, you should read it all once. For example, you stopped at the word persuasiveness. So when they give you half minute, just look if there is any difficult word like integrating, persuasiveness. So you need to pronounce it like integrating, persuasiveness, arguments, support. So this will bring you good bench score. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Noman, are you with us? Is your mic working now? All right, no problem. You can just see what's going on, Noman, don't worry. Okay, so this is the task, and now you will further practice this task from the website which I mentioned. Okay, so this is task 1, read aloud, and we've already done with this. Okay, things to take care of in PTE, read aloud. Fluency means going in a smooth flow. Means don't take breaks, don't take pauses unless there is a full stop. Not too fast, don't go very fast. You can have a normal pace and avoid hesitations and self-corrections. If you are wrong, don't worry, leave it. Don't stop and pronounce the word again. It will not make any difference. And next, pronunciation means speaking clearly, not your accent. So just try to speak clearly. For example, if I say fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitations and self-corrections. So this is fine. Okay? Yeah, speak clearly, pronounce every word so that they record it clearly. And content, do not omit words. For example, if I say fluency means in a smooth flow, I miss the word going. So do not omit any words, read every word. Even if you don't know how to read, however you can read it, because it's artificial intelligence that is going to mark you. It's not human. So you just need to read it however. And focus on S and ED, very important. For example, if I say gardens, gardens, sometimes students leave S. Played, played, d sound, they will record it. And if you say played, played, D is not clear, so computer will not record D sound. So your S and your D sounds at the end of the words, they should be clear. And how to read numbers? Contractions, years, very simple. Read numbers as they are. Contractions, if they've written don't, read as don't. For example, over here you can see even if you don't have. Now don't try to say even if you do not have. Read it as don't, okay? Don't, doesn't, as they write, contractions, numbers, years, 1945, 2010. So as the years are mentioned, you should read them. Okay, now let's go on. Now, next we've got task 2. PTE speaking task 2, and task 2 is repeat sentences. That was task 1, read aloud. Now we have task 2, and task 2 is repeat sentences. Okay, you will hear a sentence. There are 9 to 16 words in that sentence. Like that sentence is 9 to 16 words long, and you're going to listen to that sentence. After half a second, your recording will start and you will have to repeat the sentence exactly as you hear. So they will play the sentence, and after half second, they will play, your recording will start. For example, I would like to drink some coffee, please. Beep means you need to start. You need to repeat that sentence. And there will be 9 to 16 words. So you need to remember those words. You will have 10 to 12 of these, means 10 to 12 questions of speaking part 2. And it contributes in speaking and listening. As I mentioned before, it's integrated test. So whatever you do, it's going to be in speaking and in listening. And this is an important task. Important task means you'll get marks on it. It will be assessed on 3 parameters, same parameters: fluency, pronunciation, and content. You know fluency, you know pronunciation, and content means what they speak in the audio. What you listen to in the audio, you have to repeat the same thing. That is your content. For example, they speak 9 to 16 words. Out of 16 words, you speak 10 words and you miss 6 words, so you will lose marks for that. And if you miss like more words, then if content is 0, pronunciation is 0, fluency is 0. This is very, very important. Now, let's move on. Task 2 will be given like this: PTE speaking, task 2, repeat sentence. It's going to be, and you will see all these things there. The link that I shared with you, like when you go to that website, you're going to see everything. Speaking, read aloud, see that? We are going accordingly. Repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, and all that. Okay? So we are talking about this speaking at the moment. Now, let's see. PTE speaking task 2 is repeat sentence, and the audio will start and you can adjust the volume, okay, as you will be wearing a headphone, and after once the sentence finishes, you need to start right after that, and they will record your answer and then you will move on. So let's move ahead. Now, things to take care of in PTE repeat sentence structure, repeat sentence. Fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitations and self-correction. By the time you're going to correct yourself, you will be marked negatively. No hesitation, just read on and on. Even if you don't know exactly what they said, just carry on. Pronunciation means speaking clearly, not your accent. They don't expect from you to speak British English or American English and all that. And content means do not omit words. If they say, I would like to drink some coffee, say, I would like to drink some, and that's it. So you're omitting words. Omit means leave out. Content is important, but what if you do not have 100% content? There's no problem. Still, you'll be marked on what you speak. And do not stop. Initial strategy or memorize, use either, but stick to the one. Okay, let's go on. Now we have PTE speaking task 3, and that is describe image. Well, I'm telling you at the moment it's theoretical, and after this class you guys are going to do practice. See that the third task is describe image. The first is read aloud, we discussed that. The second is repeat sentence, and the third is describe image. Okay, and when you click practice questions, most definitely the questions will open and you can practice there. So describe image. Now you will have an image. It can be a line, pie graph, random image on the screen. You will have 25 seconds to prepare and then 40 seconds to speak. And time will be there. Timer will be there in front of you. 25 seconds for preparation and 40 seconds to speak. You will have 3 to 4 of these. Like there will be 3 or 4 questions, right? It depends, 3 to 4 questions. And it contributes only in speaking. Now this is not integrated. It's only describe image is only speaking. It will not affect your reading band or your writing band and all that. And it will be assessed on 3 parameters. Parameters are same: fluency 5 marks, pronunciation 5 marks, content 5 marks. And you know what fluency, pronunciation and content are. Now, PTE speaking task 3, describe image. So look at the table below. This is the image. Look at the table below. In 25 seconds, please speak into the microphone and describe in detail what the table is showing. You will have 40 seconds to give your response. Now over here, we have the templates, okay? Whenever they give you PTE speaking, describe an image, we have a template for that. I will share that template handout with you and you guys can practice from there. There is no problem. All you need to do, you just need to see, okay, timetable, and it's a timetable of Monday, semester 1, and time is mentioned from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., right? And this timetable is about different subjects, introductory statistics, lunchtime, English literature, economics, and all that. So you need to integrate all these words into a template, which I'm going to share with you. Okay, so image will be like this, something like this. Not always like this. Sometimes it can be a bar graph, sometimes a line graph, sometimes a pie chart, and you've got to speak on it. You will be given 25 seconds for preparation and 40 seconds to give your response. Now, PTE speaking task 3, describe image. You will have an image, line pie random. You will have 25 seconds. You will have 3 to 4 of them, means 3 to 4 questions. Contribution only in speaking. Assessed on 3 parameters, fluency, pronunciation, and content. Now, things to take care of in PTE describe image. This is important. And by the way, you can enlarge your screen. For example, if I'm reading this left side one, you can enlarge it to left side. Now I'm going to read the left side one. So you can enlarge your screen to left side and then you can move on to right side. Okay. You may always enlarge your screen. Now, things to take care of in PTE describe image. Fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitation. Hesitation means you don't read. You hesitate what the word is and all that. And self-correction. Self-correction is things to take care of in PTE describe. See that? This is called self-correction. Okay, so don't do self-correction. Things to take care of in PTE said describe image. PT describe image instead of PTE, I said PT describe image. So that's fine. Don't do self-correction. Okay. Pronunciation means speaking clearly, not your accent. So you don't need to be British or American. And content means accuracy of content is not important. In describe image, there is no right or wrong answer. Remember, if 100 students appear in PTE describe image, their answers are going to be different. So computer is going to evaluate you. I'll tell you how to do it. Do not stop, speak anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds and use the template. Yes, you should. Now, this is the template which you can use in any PTE describe image. You will start like, the given image gives information about, and you know, when you go back and you see there is their timetable. Timetable about semester 1 and it's Monday timetable, right? So you need to just read the title. The given image gives information about, then the title. It is a very beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds about this image. See that? It's so easy. You need to cram them. You need to learn these phrases. There are different elements in the image which are 1, 2, and 3, whatever the elements are. There are different elements in the image. They are introductory statistics, psychology lecture, lunch, English literature, tutorial, and economics lecture. So these are actually the things. And then, okay, one of the element is maximum and the other is minimum. But here you will not say maximum and minimum. To conclude, the image is very informative. This sentence is a must. To conclude, the image is very informative. Now, instead of saying maximum minimum, because in this image we don't have maximum minimum, you can say, well, it starts at 9 a.m. and finishes at 4 p.m. So simple, beginning and ending. Okay, now let's go on. We've got an example. We'll go through this example. Okay, now it says here, example is here. Look at the chart below. In 20 seconds, Please speak into the microphone and describe in detail what the chart is showing. You will have 40 seconds to give your response. All right. Members of management team. Now these are the members of management team, right? Let's go a little bigger. Jim is director, Chris is assistant to director, Michael is marketing manager, then Adrian is business development manager, and then Marjorie is customer relations. So even if you don't know how to read the names, you can read assistant director, marketing manager, and all that. So they'll give you time, and then you will have to record your answer. So this is the thing. Now I show you sample answer on this. So the sample answer goes like, okay, they haven't given the sample answer. Yeah, they've given sample answer about it. All right. So you will have an, okay, this is part 4. This is Retell a lecture. We were talking about that. So you can again use the same template to talk about it. The given image gives information about members of management team. Okay. Then after that you can go on. It is a very beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds about this image. There are different elements in the image which are, and then after which are you can say director, then there is assistant to director, after that there is marketing manager, business development manager, and finally customer relation manager. So you will use all these words, okay, right? And then you say to conclude the image is very informative. So it's very, very simple, huh? There's no problem here. Okay, now we've got PTE speaking part 4, task 4, and that is retell a lecture. There will be a lecture, they will play the lecture, and you will have to retell that lecture. Retell the lecture means after attending the lecture, you're going to tell the summary of the lecture. It doesn't mean you're going to describe all the lecture. Just a second. It doesn't mean you need to describe all the lecture. And there is a template, by the way, so that will help you. So you will have an audio video lecture, 40 to 90 seconds long. While the audio is going on, you will need to take down some notes. Okay, you will have pen and paper for that. After the audio, you will have 10 seconds to prepare. And then you'll be given 40 seconds to retell the lecture. So when you prepare, you can note down important points. Whatever is important in that lecture, you can just note it down. And when you note down, don't try to write sentences, try to write words only. So you'll be given 40 seconds to retell the lecture and contribution only in speaking and listening. So see that, because you are listening and then you are speaking, so you will get marks in 2 modules, speaking and listening. So this is important. You will have 1 to 2 in exam. I mean, retell lecture, there'll be 1 or 2 tasks. And it is assessed on 3 parameters, and those parameters are same: fluency, pronunciation, and content. Okay. Now, until this point, if you have any question, Arman or Noman, if you have any questions, please you can ask me. Arman, all clear?
No, sir. Yes, sir, all clear.
Okay, that's good. All right, so let's go on. We move ahead.
Sorry, Mr. Asad, I want to ask something.
Yes, go on.
Yes, please. About the describe image, can we use some introductory words? For example, you have shown one tabular form and
Yes, you
like
can use
timetable.
Arman, I tell you, when you're going to practice on the website, try to practice in different ways. You can say
Okay.
that. But remember,
Okay.
I mean, templates really work. Why templates work? Because there is artificial intelligence that is evaluating you. So if you try to do
Okay.
it in a real way, I mean, sometimes that artificial intelligence will not understand what you're trying to say. And if there is no proper organization, so you may lose marks. But anyways, when you practice, you can try it in different ways and you can see what is the response, because you will get marks immediately. So you can just see what is the response. If I use template, my score is this. If I use my own wording, the score is this. So then accordingly, you can go on with it. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Now let's go on. Now to retell lecture, we talk about it. Okay, now this is PTE speaking task 4 retell lecture. You will hear a lecture. After listening to the lecture in 10 seconds, please speak into the microphone and retell what you have just heard from the lecture in your own words. So lecture will finish and then there will be 10 seconds for preparation. And then after 10 seconds, you'll have to just retell the lecture in your own words, and you will have 40 seconds to give your response. Means audio will continue, your answer will continue, and after 40 seconds, like for example beginning in 2 seconds, and once you start it will go on like 1 2 3 4 up to 40. Either it is going to be countdown timer or count up timer, so your answer will be recorded here, right? Now let's go on. Things to take care of in PTE retell lecture. The first thing is fluency means going in smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitation and self-corrections. Same tips actually. Pronunciation, you know that you need to be clear, not accent. Content means the keywords, and you need to write keywords. While the lecture is going on, you should write down the keywords, important keywords in retell lecture, and there is no right or wrong answer. So don't worry about that. Remember, a computer evaluates you, so you do not need to focus on the meaning, but the keywords. Even if you don't know the meaning of certain words, you can use those keywords. And do not stop. Speak anywhere between 25 to 35 seconds and use the template. Yes, you may use the template and I'll tell you how. Grammar, repetition, vocabulary, important in PTE speaking. Well, grammar is important. Repetition, sometimes you may lose marks for that, and vocabulary you can use repeatedly, there's no problem. But again, the thing is you need to use the keywords which the lecturer uses in the lecture. Now template. Topic was the main topic of the lecture. For example, if they talk about women in the labor force was the main topic of the lecture. Okay, so something like this. Women in the labor force was the main topic of the lecture. Right? And then they say, he told about. He means speaker. If there is a lady, you will write she. And I think it's better if you say the speaker told about. The speaker told about, then your point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3. So you can make any point from the lecture. The speaker told about women empowerment, women freedom, and women role in our society. He also told about, if there is he, otherwise she. Okay, she also told about, and then the other points you've written, you can talk about it. He told about, he also told about, he also told about. Or you can write even he further discussed. Now it's up to you. For example, first you can say he talked about. Then you can say he discussed about, or he gave information about. So you can change it to that. And then 0.789, he also told about. Now, you know, you can replace told to other words. He also talked about, he also discussed about, he also presented about, and then your other points. And he also told about the points to conclude. The lecture was very informative. Now, I hope you got my point. You can just write down these 13, 14, 15 points, put them into this template, and you can improve the template. Like topic was the main topic of the lecture, dash was, and the speaker discussed about, or the speaker talked about, the speaker lectured about, lectured. Lecture is a verb as well. So you can use any template like that, okay? Okay, so for example, if there was something about India, government, Olympics, rate of examination, lockdown, population, rate of vaccination, so you can just use these words. You can write them down and use them there. Okay, PTE speaking task 5, we've got answer short questions. In this task, you have to answer short questions, as I mentioned before. So you will have 5 to 6 one-word general knowledge-based questions. That's it, 5 to 6 questions, and they are general knowledge-based questions. When the audio stops, you will have to speak after a few seconds. You will have to give your response in a few words. That's it. No longer sentences. Just within few words you have to give your response, and it contributes in speaking and listening. So answer short question because you are listening, and then you are answering, that is your speaking. So it contributes to listening and speaking. Correct answer will give you 1 point, incorrect answer will give you 0, so there is no negative marking. But in PTE, in some tasks there is negative marking, especially in multiple choice questions. They have negative marking, but otherwise there is no negative marking. Okay, things to take care of in PTE: answer short question. You do not need to give a complete statement or sentence response. 1 to 3 words are fine. So your answer is going to be in phrases. Your answer is going to be in, what do you say, yeah, phrase, in a phrase, or notes. Actually, we use the word notes. If not sure, do not stay quiet. Say, I don't know. Okay? Because, you know, sometimes you can befool artificial intelligence. You say, I don't know. And they say, okay, good. So that's fine. Use the trick. Repeat few keywords from the question. Even if you don't know the answer, just repeat few keywords from the question, and this is how artificial intelligence can think that you have answered the question. Don't stay quiet. Don't be quiet. You got to answer.